Welcome to Motorland Aragon, your home for the penultimate round of the 2024 GT4 Winter Series.
So I'm very confident after the qualifying. I like the track a lot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the race.
Feeling pretty good. I think pace was there yesterday in the long run, so hopefully we can do something today.
Race one of the weekend getting started with a single file start. They started this race under safety car as soon as they were rolling on their formation lap. That is because time is of the essence with 5 different categories this weekend. Running a bit behind schedule on this Saturday, so the decision was taken to start the race as soon as the cars exited the pit lane. And that's what we've got here as everybody is running on the first competitive lap. You see there Igor Hishin getting overtaken by the returning at number 77 Razun More Than Racing Porsche. This time around, that car is in the hands of Daniel Drexel in the Pro Class. Interesting to see how Drexel matches up some of the other drivers here on this weekend. But in fact, Drexel's slowing down there on the exit of turn 15. Everyone else having to scramble to avoid him. But it looks like that car is simply not moving forward anymore. Daniel Drexel out of the race by the looks of it. And also in strife by the looks of it is the other GT4 Porsche. That's Nicholas Kalus running all the way up in the top 5 in the Team Sug Rennsport car. But it looked to me like there was fluid going down there on his rear tyres and fluid down for everybody else as well. Max Huber spinning out at turn 15 on the oil or the fluid, whatever it is that's coming out the back of that number 94 car. Kalus still relatively at pace ahead of the 2 CV Performance Mercedes. Great to see the 84 car joining the fray for the first time this year, but he goes deep into turn 16, the hairpin. And it looks like that car is now starting to slow down. That looks extremely terminal from this vantage point. And now Charles Dawson is looking to try and get himself past Lachlan Robinson. Of course, Dawson and Yerdrum looking to secure the Pro-Am title this year in the GT4 Winter Series. Robinson here for the first time, and Nicholas Kalus unfortunately going no further. Good battle on here for second place between Tom Leben and Joel Mesh. We're on board with Guillermo Aso as well, running second in Pro-Am. NM Racing Team's Alberto Di Martin not here this weekend. So a Pro-Am entry instead in the second NM car. Still going at it at CV Performance. It's a return move from Lachlan Robinson. A great battle between Robinson and Dawson. An equally spectacular fight going on here. Joel Mesh around the outside of Tom Leben for second place. Jamie Day is basically in a different postcode already at this point in the race. Mesh wants those points for second place, of course. He's the closest competition to Jamie Day, but moreover, there's a fight for second in the championship developing between these two teams, the elite squad, Leben and Meakin, and Joel Mesh. Max Huber going up the inside there of Mikael Sander. Huber now leading the AM class, of course, after Nicholas Kalus came to a stop. And here's a move once again. Joel Mesh trying to go around the outside of Leben. It doesn't look like that's going to work out for Jamie Day. It's all worked out perfectly. Can Joel Mesh, though, get up to second place at the very last opportunity? It doesn't look like he's quite got the straight line speed. No, not on this occasion. Tom Leben just about holds off Joel Mesh. Charles Dawson will claim it the Pro-Am win, or will he? Because Guillermo Aso has caught him up massively over the last few laps. Aso trying to go around the outside, tries to cut back into the inside line. Good run out of turn 16. Dawson, though, has, I think, just covered off the threat. Aso with a big slide, as you saw there. And it will be Charles Dawson that just about wins in Pro-Am. Meanwhile, you see there the 99 car of Sommershoff just getting past Wilhelm Kuhne. Kuhne, who will finish runner-up in the Cayman Trophy class, battling all through the order, as always here in the GT4 Winter Series. And Sommershoff got the better of that one at the very last corner. So Jamie Day claims the win by 14 seconds over Tom Leben. Joel Mesh taking third place. Robinson and Pro-Am winner Charles Dawson round out your top 5. Great result for Jamie Day. He has been mega in all of these solo sprint races. And once again, he is victorious.
That looked like a nice Saturday afternoon drive to me. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Just once we got the gap from the start, it was pretty chilled, and then just at the end, just tried to be nice and consistent, and then just pull away even more.
He certainly succeeded at that. Jamie Day taking the Pro Class win. A great result for him. Pro-Am to Charles Dawson. The Am Class going to Max Huber. Fairly lonely up there on the podium, but continuing to build his lead in that championship. And Mikael Sander, he is victorious in the Caymans. They're underway then for race number 2. It's Marcel Marcevics on the inside of Mikey Porter as they head into turn 1. Marcevics leading from pole position. Everybody else picking their way through there. You'll note that the 94 car is back on the grid, but it's now a Cayman Trophy entry. They're in the spare car, the slightly sub GT4 spec Cayman CS machine. So unfortunately, Nicholas Callas's leak on Saturday proved to be terminal. We're now racing in the Sunday morning sunshine, and turn 16 is proving to be very difficult because of tailwinds, and that might have been what just caught out Mikey Porter. He tried to go for the lead, but he went deep into the corner, and Porter, unfortunately, down to 3rd place there. He might have to worry as well about Ivan Ekelschik in the Wimmerwerk Motorsport Porsche there. Also, of course, the CV Performance Mercedes there. That's Alex Connor defending up against Ivan Ekelschik. The inside line goes Daniel Drexel. He's trying to fight among the Pro-Am cars there, side by side with Papadopoulos. Great to welcome Alex Papadopoulos in, the American. And Papadopoulos just ahead of Drexel for the time being. Meanwhile, Ekelschik continuing to try and find his way past Alex Connor. Of course, Ekelschik is a Pro-Am class entry. He's leading his class, but I think he senses an opportunity at an overall podium. He's certainly got the pace for it. And who was that going wide there? Was that Emil Yerdrum? Yes, it was. Emil Yerdrum just struggling to get the car stopped at turn 12. We've got huge tailwinds into turns 12 and 16 at this circuit. And that's making picking those braking points very difficult, as both parties found out there. And it is a great defensive drive here from Alex Connor, making sure that Ekelschik can't get by. Marcevics and Meekin fighting it out at the front of the order. Meekin would absolutely love to get a win this weekend. Try and get himself one up on the Schnitzelbaum team as they fight for second in the championship. Some of the Cayman Trophy cars there fighting with Emil Yerdrum, who's falling down through the order. Great 4-car scrap here. You've got a Pro-Am, 2 Cayman Trophy cars, and indeed a Pro Class entry in the form of Drexel, all in one scrap. We're on board with Drexel into turn 16, and again, everybody going deep into the corner. The Formula cars in particular have struggled this weekend with the tailwinds into 16, but even the big GTs, while there's more weight behind them, they are also affected. Marcel Marcevics has been doing everything right in this scrap against Zach Meekin. Meekin has been fighting valiantly. One last opportunity for Zach Meekin. Is he going to be able to find a way past Marcel Marcevics? It certainly looks like Marcevics has just about covered this one off, but it is very close as they come over the hill. Lights flash, celebration for Marcel Marcevics in race 2 in the GT4 Win Series. He takes it by just 0.03 of a second. Marcevics just beating Meekin to the line. Mikey Porter claiming 3rd position. Ekelschik winning Pro-Am in 4th. Alex Connor in 5th place to round out your overall top 5 in that one. Marcevics slowing up there right at the end of the race. And actually, he must have some sort of issue because Marcevics pulling up. And no headlights on either. Maybe an electrical issue.
Zach, I mean, you tried everything, every which way, didn't quite manage to get past, but that was a good old race for you, wasn't it?
It was. Me and him had a very good race. I made a few mistakes. He managed to pull a gap. I caught him, but then it was a bit too late. I should have applied a little bit more pressure, maybe to see if I could get something, but it was a good race otherwise, and he did a fantastic job.
Well, no top step on the Pro Class trophy, unfortunately. There's the Pro-Am honours. Ivan Ekelschik on the top step. Max Huber beating Richard Wolff in the Am class. Cayman Trophy going to Enrico Ferderer on this occasion. Time for the hour-long enduro then, the 60-minute race to determine who comes out with the momentum going into the season finale in Barcelona. We've already got drama though. I think that was Emil Yerdrum into the back of the 78 car. Carbon fibre flying off the back of the Elite Motorsport McLaren Artura. Tom Leben struggling to get the car stopped for turn 3, and that's because the tyre has gone down. That was a fairly hefty impact to the rear of the McLaren then. Tyre has delaminated and the bodywork has ended up scattered across the first sector here. Max Huber trying to go around the outside of the Wimmerwerk Porsche early on, but it's as good of a start as we could hope for from Jamie Day in the number 19 Vassetti Motorsport Mercedes. Jamie leading in the early stages. There is the 94 car, now in Cayman Trophy, of course. It's not an SR Motorsport borrowed car, despite the very similar livery. It is the spare car from Team Surg Rennsport themselves. And I'm sure that some spare parts will be needed for the Elite Motorsport McLaren after that incident on the first lap. For now, they can make do with gaffer tape and a new tyre, but this is certainly not the third race that Elite Motorsport would have wanted. Guillermo Aso's teammate, Alex Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos up to 4th position, getting past Drexel there. Max Huber with Nicholas Kallus on the charge. Kallus, who was right up there in the top 5 scraps in the GT4 spec car before the car let go, is now making life difficult for people in the Cayman Trophy spec machine. His next target is Igor Hishin in the Wimmerwerk machine. Meanwhile, this is Emil Yerdrum, who has dropped down quite a long... Oh, goodness me. I was going to say he's dropped down a little bit from where he was a few laps ago, and that's not going to help him either, is it? There goes Alex Connor to the inside of Drexel. That's for 4th overall, 3rd in the Pro Class as well, with Tom Leben unfortunately rather hindered a couple of laps down, but we have a safety car out. It's because of this car. Wilhelm Kuhner at turn 11 has had a big impact, and I understand that there's barrier damage, unfortunately, and the stewards deciding to stall the pit window and eventually allow the driver changes to take place during red flag conditions. So everyone's going to have a new driver in the car with, well, 27 minutes left to go. It's basically going to be a sprint race here then. You see the teams talking their drivers through it. Green lights out. We are finally rolling again. The clock starts ticking again. The barriers have been repaired and we go racing once again. Mikey Porter now at the wheel of the leading car. Here comes Joel Mesh to the inside at the first corner. Mesh with the inside line with the high ground. He is your leader. Oh, but he spins. Joel Mesh. Well, I know he's feeling very poorly this weekend. And just making a slight error there. He's been soldiering on through, but now he's going to have to soldier through the field from the back. Unfortunately, his chances of a race win, his chances of narrowing the deficit in the championship battle have taken a hit there. Rather lucky that his car didn't take a hit, spinning in front of the field like that. What a golden... Oh, Charles Dawson! Charles Dawson, looks like his suspension has collapsed on that car. It did take a hit earlier in the race while Yerdrum was driving. And that car will go no further from there. Golden opportunity this for Guillermo Aso in 2nd place. Daniel Drexel gets a great chance there to move up into 3rd place as well. Lachlan Robinson going deep into the corner, but Ivan Ekelschik might take both of them. It's going to be 3 wide potentially as they run down the main straight towards turn 1. You see there Drexel trying to pick the inside line. Ekelschik with the middle. I think Drexel is just about going to hold on for the time being. Lachlan Robinson losing out, though, to Ivan Ekelschik. He's got to worry about Max Huber behind him as well. Huber on the charge. He's the only AM class car in this race after issues with his competitors. So he wants to just try and get an overall top 5 and make up some positions, understandably. Manuel Lauk involved in the scrap there as well. Here comes Ekelschik then for 3rd overall. Dives to the inside. Gets it done very nicely there. And, oh, goodness me, Max Huber almost into the rear of Lachlan Robinson there. Still these tailwinds making life difficult sometimes at turn 16. Here we see the 78 car making its way through. However, it is a lap down, so Zach Meakin picking his way past Daniel Drexel there, but it's all really for pride. Manuel Lauk, meanwhile, in the 99 car, taking over from Jan-Nicolas Sommerschov, and he is trying to get to the inside for the corkscrew. Has he got the line? Has he got the high ground? Yes, he does. Just about gets it done. Very nicely executed there by Manuel Lauk, who is, of course, the driver coach to the rookie driver Sommerschov. Here's Guillermo Eso in second place, trying to defend that Pro-Am lead. Ivan Ekelchik trying to find a way by, and Zach Meakin, who's a lap down, kind of playing spoiler in this battle as well, trying to get past both of them. I'm not sure who is aware that Meakin is a lap down and who is not. Meakin trying any which way he can to just get some clear track space and get some laps in here. Guillermo Eso also trying to keep the Porsches at bay. No doubt team boss Nil Montserrat is making him aware of the situation. That McLaren is not a car you're fighting, but if you just let it go, you're going to end up losing out to the Porsches as well. And so Meakin, playing an unofficial role in this battle for second place overall, dives to the inside line, unlaps himself on Guillermo Eso, and pushes Eso a little bit wide there as well. Ekelchik then is up into second position, but he runs it deep into turn 16. It's Manuel Lauk now versus Ivan Ekelchik for the Pro-Am lead. Eso from first to third in Pro-Am in one fell swoop. Very close between the two Porsches. They must have touched there as they came onto the main straight, but it is Ivan Ekelchik that has the lead by a matter of meters. I think even pluralizing the word meter is questionable. Very, very close. As we see Eso in a spin. I think Guillermo there trying to keep up with the two Porsches with the pro drivers at the wheel. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite do it. Ekelchik having a brilliant battle here with Manuel Lauk for second overall then. Lauk trying to find an alternative line, trying to carry momentum into the corners, but he's not found a way past just yet. Meanwhile, Lachlan Robinson under some pressure from Tim Neuser here, as well as the recovering Guillermo Eso. Eso getting back in amongst it after that spin. He'll be disappointed to have lost his shot at an overall podium, but he's still having a great scrap here. He'll be beaming, having fun out there on the track for sure. And Christian Kuhn slowing down there further back, but meanwhile, Robinson having to go defensive into the final hairpin. Tim Neuser, of course, leading the Cayman Trophy class, but deciding to go fighting. He loses out there to Guillermo Eso in the GT4 car. Daniel Drexel losing out to Joel Mesh for fourth overall. So Mesh has recovered very well indeed there to P4 overall. Will be something of a consolation prize for him. Still second in the pro class though, fourth overall. Drexel running wide. No such issues though for Mikey Porter. He claims the win in magnificent fashion. Not champions yet at Forsetti Motorsport, but they are very, very close indeed. Could even win it at race 1 in Barcelona. Guillermo Eso there with one last attempt at trying to get past the 84 Mercedes. Ends up taking a much longer line around the final corner. But you see him there going towards the wall. I'm sure he'll still give the team a wave. Mikey Porter wins from Ekelchik, from Lauk, Joel Mesh and Daniel Drexel, your top 5 ahead of the AM class winner, Max Huber. Tim Neuser behind in 7th place, but it's delight again for Forsetti Motorsport, Jamie Day and Mikey Porter.
Mikey, so excited. You drove straight past us in the pit lane, but still an amazing drive from you today.
Yeah, slightly missed it. Don't know what I was doing, to be honest, but yeah, no, told him done an amazing job. Jamie done an amazing job bringing it into me in P1, and I finished the job. You know, done a great job. Everyone's done a great job. We'll win the series, and yeah, I can't thank everyone enough.
Yes, he did forget where to park the car at the end of the race, but otherwise a perfect weekend from Mikey Porter and indeed Jamie Day. They topped the Pro Class trophy. AM Class going to Max Huber in that one. The Cayman Trophy, Mikael Sander and Tim Neuser claiming honours in the 60-minute Enduro. And Pro-Am going to Eccleshick and Heshin. Our teams now, though, head to Barcelona for the season finale weekend. Make sure you join us to find out who will be the champions in the inaugural GT4 Winter Series when they take to Barcelona.